Now, the Pennine Way is 50 years old this year. It starts here in the Peak District and runs nearly 270 miles north to the Scottish borders, covering lots of big hills in between. It's a challenge at the best of times, but imagine running it as a race in the middle of winter. We sent explorer Paul Rose to find out why the Spine Race is the toughest in Britain.
I really like a challenge. I spend my life working and travelling in the polar regions and diving the very wildest parts of the ocean. But you know, I'd have to think twice about signing up for this race.
These guys are about to run 268 miles, day and night over the hills and fells of the Pennine Way. They've got 8 days and it's January. They've all been warned.
Good luck! This is the Spine Race. Really tough race. Toughest race in Britain. You're going to find out why.
I know I certainly wouldn't do it. If I'm going to do the Pennine Way, I'm going to take 3 weeks and enjoy it.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck, everybody. See you at the end. Actually felt like joining in now.
They first ran this event 4 years ago. 15 started, only 3 finished. The idea was to create a world-class winter adventure challenge based in Britain.
One of the sort of the holy grails of the UK is the Pennine Way, and obviously it's an extremely challenging route all year round, but that is a particularly challenging route in winter.
The weather's waiting at the first hill, Kinder Downfall, but some of the runners filmed it as an upfall.
Well, this is very typical of the conditions that our runners are facing. This route goes through some of the most remote and challenging places in the country, from here in the Peak District to the Dales, to the North Pennines, all the way to the Scottish borders. And today, that looks and feels like a really long way.
The runners aren't out there on their own. A team of mountain safety experts are monitoring their moves.
Because the winds are going to be going up to 80. Yeah. What we're most concerned about is making sure all the racers get to the checkpoints in a place of safety in good condition, hopefully able to continue racing.
By nightfall, only a few have made the Hebden Bridge checkpoint, and the crew there aren't expecting them to stay long.
I mean, after 40-odd miles in these really difficult conditions, when you get that first pile of real warm, good, heavy food in you, the temptation to stop must be almost irresistible, I would think.
I think it's the fear of restarting is what keeps you going in these situations. Putting wet socks back on again. Yeah. I think it really depends. If the conditions are really bad, like torrential rain, then people might well get their head down for a couple of hours. But if it's a nice starry night, I think it's going to be cold and clear tonight, I reckon most people will keep going.
Morning in the Dales, Gargrave after a Saturday night out.
We've just been running and walking through the night. It's been pretty cold up on the tops. Down here it's like a summer's day.
Bad weather is forcing the safety team to redirect racers.
Places at the moment of concern all day, in fact, are Pen y Ghent. We're actually not having racers go over the top of Pen y Ghent all day, and we'll continue that with all the back markers too. It's just too exposed, too windy to ensure safety and welfare.
A shorter version of the race ends at the Hawes checkpoint in North Yorkshire. For those on the full slog, it's foot care time.
We've been out for 2 days, haven't we? We've run through quite a lot.
I've been out for 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've been out for 3 days. And we've run through loads of rain and bog. And I've just got my shoes off for the first time.
Better get them back on, snow's coming. And the safety crew are out again.
It froze up last night and we've had a little bit of snow at 6 o'clock and it's just started again and the wind's picking up again.
In an event like this, not everyone makes it to the end.
Unfortunately, I've just been pulled out by the medics due to slight hypothermia and a possible chest infection. It's the first time I've failed to get to the finish, what we call a DNF, in over 50 years of competitive running and things like that.
There's always next year.
Last time about 2.5 miles from end. Had a complete breakdown really, due to weather, cold, tiredness, onset of hypothermia, and I was out of game. I just want to do that last 2.5 mile really. Everybody's focused, you can tell. You can see that coming in here, people here, they're on the game. It's going to be a big night, getting over Crossfell tonight. So yeah, be epic.
There's certainly drama to come, with runners joining a rescue party. A competitor is lost with hypothermia on Crossfell in Cumbria, the highest peak on the trail. They find the racer, but with this in mind, next morning safety leader Stu makes a drastic decision.
Met Office warning out for those southwesterly winds gusting 60, perhaps nudging 70 miles an hour in places overnight and in places.
We've now got a third huge weather system come in. This one is really, it's a biggie. The forecasts indicate that the winds are going to build up to something around 100+ miles an hour. There's hail, snow, severe wind chill, and in those sort of conditions it's absolutely madness to even consider sending anyone outdoors, never mind on high ground.
This throws up more problems. The checkpoint at Alston in Cumbria is bursting with nearly 40 racers plus the support teams, and they're all going to need feeding.
I'm a bit short on ingredients, so hopefully someone is going to go to the shop soon and buy me some food, otherwise we're going to have a lot of very hungry runners.
There is going to be an announcement at 6 a.m. in the morning, so you will not be running until 6 a.m. at the very earliest. That does not...
We've run out of bread now, eggs. Hopefully the shopping crew won't be too long.
The key thing is getting you guys sorted and maybe getting you ready down somewhere. We'll sort logistics out later.
Just give me a shout, don't hesitate.
Early next morning, the wind dies and the race is back on. The front runners further along the track are getting near the end, but the rest aren't that far behind.
It's Friday, day 7 on the Spine Race, and here in Northumberland they've got 27 miles left to go. But after that enforced day of rest, they all seem to be bursting with energy, and it's going to be an exciting last day, that's for sure. Can't wait to get up there. See you later, Miller.
It's been a marathon too for the supporters, helping their runners on their way. This year, Dave Dixon's wife has been with him at every junction.
I absolutely didn't want him to come and do it. I begged him not to do it, but he plied me with a bottle of alcohol one night and said, I really want to do it again, can I do it? So I said, well, you can't do it without me. I've been sleeping in the car and giving him food and drinks, just making sure he's all right, but he's in absolute top condition.
It's a long 268 miles from Edale to the border, but the end is in sight.
That's it. Scotland is right there.
Irishman Ian Keith was first down the hill to the end at the Border Hotel, Kirk Yetton. But because of his massive lead before the stop, overall winner is the Czech, Pavel Polonce. In all, just under half the race has finished, including Dave Dixon.
You might think people are mad for doing the Spine Race, but isn't it just great that we've got a beautiful wilderness to be able to do this kind of thing right here in the north of England?